I'm Soham Changrani. I work for Soham for this region. We are LED manufacturers from Spain. I'm fairly new to this industry, to be honest. I was into restaurants before. So I used to open restaurants, and in my hospitality career, I've opened around 8 restaurants all over India, UAE, and everywhere. So, all right, let's talk about LED. I'm going to speak about LED effects on environment and its uses in development. Just a sec, sorry. How do I? Okay. First, I'll speak about the evolution of lighting systems because I'm going to tell you how efficient it is. As you know, in the late 1800s, Thomas Edison invented this bulb. This was the first commercially viable bulb that was invented. Basically works on, like, when you pass on electricity through a thin filament, which is basically a wire. But the major disadvantage of this thing was it dissipates a lot of heat. Around 100% of the energy, if it is put in this bulb, like 5% generates light and 95% generates heat. So it's not very efficient. After that, in the 90s came CFL, which is also known as compact fluorescent lamp. This was much more efficient as compared to the incandescent bulb and saved around more than 50% of energy and less heat and everything. And it was a perfect replacement for the incandescent bulb. All right, though it has its own disadvantages, which I'm going to be taking you through further down in the presentation. Then came LED, light emitting diode. This is how the first ever LED looked like. It was used in a lot of electrical appliances and everything. What are LEDs and how do they work? Okay, many people know about LEDs and okay, it's a new thing. But many people do not know how efficient it is. And even in LED, we need to choose between the right thing. Otherwise, there is no point. If you're investing money in something, we need to be sure about that the product is good and would stay with us. So what are LEDs? How do they work? First thing I'm going to talk about is benefits. Longer average life. That's the first thing that comes to your mind when we speak about LED. Right? The average life of LED is around 50,000 hours. Whenever everyone would mention that thing, which is around 50 times longer than an incandescent bulb and 5 to 6 times longer than a CFL. That means 8 hours a day, 7 days a week, and 52 weeks per year, the bulb will last for 16 years. It's extremely energy efficient. A 60-watt incandescent bulb is equal to like a 15-watt CFL, and the 8-watt LED would also emit the same light. So can you see the energy used? First we were using 60 watt for the same electricity, then 15, and now 8. You see the amount of savings that we would be doing. And at this point of time, this is something that we need to do. Let us see how I've shown a small this thing. That's the 60 watt incandescent bulb. Oh, this is a bit slow, sorry. That's a 15 watt CFL. And the 8 watt LED. All these 3 lights emit the gives out the same light, all these 3 bulbs. It's exactly the same. It has its own advantages and disadvantages. So now I'll speak about the cost because I believe costing is also one of the most important thing in today's world. People tend to not go towards the expensive thing and tend to buy a cheaper product in the beginning so that their capex is low but their opex goes high. If you go to see in a long run, which does not make sense. I'm just going to explain you how with a very small calculation. The same 3 bulbs that we saw, like the 60 watt incandescent bulb, if we use it for 8 hours for 365 days a year, the 60 watts is 0.06 kilowatt per hour into 8 into 365, that gives us 175.2 kilowatt per hour. With the same calculation done with 15 watt CFL and the same calculation done with 8 watt LED bulbs. Now you see, at 20 fills per kilowatt per hour, the energy cost to operate a 60 watt bulb is 35 AED for a year. I'm talking about annually. 15 watt in CFL bulb is 8.76 and an 8 watt LED bulb is 4.67. You see the difference? If you go to see with the cost of 35 dirhams, you obviously not take incandescent bulb anywhere into picture. Though it is cheap, but your operation cost goes way high. So if an LED bulb will cost you 20 dirhams, a 8 watt LED bulb will normally cost you 20 dirhams and an equivalent CFL will cost you 12. The difference is 8. The difference of the cost, you save it in the first 2 years. The life of the bulb is said to be 16 years as per the calculation, as per 50,000 hours. So if you buy a LED light which gives a 5-year warranty, you're all sorted, because in the first 2 years, you would actually get the difference amount that you're spending extra in the capex, and the next 3 years, it would actually be filling your pockets. In terms of savings, it's an indirect thing, but yes. So, which is really, really good in today's world. First of all, it's not only about the cost, it's about the energy that we save.